It's 4:30 in the afternoon, so what I'm going to show you now is I've got the external antenna. It's actually the mini whip I'm using, connected at the back. I've got the selection to radio versus pickup. I have the volume, the on-off switch on, so the radio is on. And I've checked for safety on the little LED there. It's not bright, so we've got neutral on the wiring, which is fine. And now I'm going to try from about 31 meter bands down. So we're going up in frequency from about 10 megahertz. Let's start exactly on 10 megahertz. This is medium wave, this is shortwave 2, this is shortwave 1. So I'm choosing shortwave 1. I'm on 10 megahertz and see what we've got. We're now on 25 meter bands, and we're going to be able to see that in detail when we select this one here, because that is the band spread for 25 meter bands, but we can still get it on here.
Maintenant, nous sommes grosso modo dépassés. Notre revenu a été multiplié par rapport au passé. À l'époque, change, and James McLean, the Irish international, is going to be coming on, and it's Gregor Krychowiak, the Polish international, who is going to make way.
التي ينبغي القيام بها
نسبة 2.25% المسمى Right, Andre Grace and now fully wide with Charlatans had a couple of chances, but Stoke still lead 1-0.
في مؤتمر للمعاهد العلمانية لإيطالية.
Right, that's S1. That was from 10 megahertz up to 16 megahertz. Now, we went through the 25 meter band and the 19 meter band, so let me show you what the 25 meter band is going to look like in detail, and that is over here. Okay, so 25 meters, let's see what we got. We should get those same stations, but more spread out and probably more separated, so we can probably get other channels as well.
Avec eux, je ne savais pas à l'époque, je suis tellement chanceuse de...
Регулирование цен на отдельные позиции медицинских препаратов, сельскохозяйственной продукции и
That he did not come to abolish the properties and the law, but to give them completion.
نرى لما كي تدغخار كي آواز افغانانو درې سوه اتیا سوداګریزو شرکتونو رسمي سوداګریز جوازونه اخیستي دي او
Right, so that was 25. Let's see what happens with 19, which is that one over there.
التي لن تعود قادرة على التحقيق مع القضاة. ومن بين التعديلات العديدة الواردة في المشروع تغيير طريقة تعيين الحزبين.
That'll be BBC World Service.
Charlton 1, Wimbledon 0 is the latest score at the Valley, and Portsmouth nil, Bradford City 1 at Fratton Park, and it's been a goal at Loftus Road, Sahel side. And it's Queen's Park Rangers who are leading.
صباح أمس الجمعة ضمن إذاعة الفاتيكان الدكتورة نور الحموي والدكتور أيمن الشيخ.
That was 19. Let's look at 16. 60-meter bands. This is now from 17.3 to about 18.3 megahertz. Shouldn't get too much up here. Whoa, when you do, you do.
Segundo tiempo, pues ha empezado en realidad como acabó el primero, con Inglaterra volcada, con Inglaterra intentándolo, ahora ese balón por banda derecha que se va.
That's on 17.8 megs, don't know what that is.
Mal, nos
Spanish.
están haciendo sufrir, pero hay mucho tiempo por delante. Pues...
محمد بن سلمان بن عبد العزيز آل سعود vice-président.
Let's try 13 meters, which is up in the 21, 22 megahertz, which I don't expect to get anything at all. And we don't. All right. For completeness sake, we'll do the medium wave. Start off at 200 meters down at the bottom. This is the local station, the one local AM station.
Y una figura pesada. La edad se le vino encima.
Mira, es curioso, será por la edad y todo eso y tal, pero yo a Maradona...
Sí, señor.
Señor, mismo.
Adiós.
¿Era jugador del Manchester City?
Sí.
Padres son los que van al registro y cambian lo establecido.
A última hora, sí.
Pero
pues
bueno. Bueno, ¿qué te dio por convertirte en narrador de historias?
Hacia el perfil izquierdo, la Tibudiera finalmente va a devolver a... Entre líneas, viene cerrándole perfectamente el capitán Abel Ruiz, se juega. Yo soy tu el delantero español.
That's it, guys. That is the complete test of the wavebands. As you can see, it's actually very, very sensitive for radio. Well, actually for any radio, but this thing is from 1948, and we've got an incredible sensitivity on this thing, even today, which is surprising. And on AM, with the antenna that I'm using, obviously, if you don't have an antenna on this thing, you're going to get hiss, and that's it. But on AM, we get all the main channels that are strong enough coming through now. So it's from Canary Islands and from the local one down here. And then at night, it's just a mess. There's so much coming through that you just spend hours if you want to document what's being received. It's very, very busy. And this obviously happens, what happens late in the evening is you start getting better reception on the lower frequencies. So, you know, we started here at 25 meter bands, was pretty busy. 31 started getting less and less and less and less. In the evenings, this lower section will be busier. So in S2, up here, from about 6 megahertz to 10 megahertz will be very busy. But I think that gives you a good indication of what this thing does. It also has the pickup input active, so you select the pickup on that side. Instead of getting radio, you're going to get the pickup. And obviously what I've done is I've isolated both the ground and the signal paths of the pickup, so you can actually connect two banana plugs in there and use your iPod or iPhone, whatever, to play music through here. So that's it, guys. That was this one. Unfortunately, a lot of video lost, but I must admit it was not that exciting to see anyway, because all I was doing really was wondering why this thing was oscillating, and that would have been a couple of videos just wondering exactly the same thing. So hope you enjoyed the bits that I could show you, and I really am more confident now to tackle something of this vintage, because ultimately it's not that complicated. It's there are a lot of things you've got to do that you don't need to worry about too much with the later version German radios. You've got to be very, very careful with the wiring. You've got to check all the wiring. You've got to check for shorts and continuity on all the wiring, because a lot of it is dry and literally breaking apart, which you don't really have to worry too much with the later German radios. But other than that, this thing is actually was quite a lot of fun and quite a challenge. So hope to see you soon, and thanks for watching.
Para jugar como te quieren jugar a ti, a ver si sorprende. Pero Peti, una salida normal del Atlético con el acelerador a tope, presionando y metiendo al rival en su área y creando mínimo 2-3 ocasiones. El modo Calderón que tú llamabas desapareció hace tiempo. Claro, ese modo Calderón yo no lo he vuelto a ver aquí. Temporadas de España, ¿te vas a casar pronto?